Chrissy, I appreciate that. Matsa Resources, we've been around for a little while. Our code is MAT, and obviously we're ASX listed, our disclaimer. The company itself, we have got 480 odd million shares out on issue. Our current market cap is a very low $16 odd million, and that's something that we're continually trying to fix up and get it going upwards. But it's pretty tough times out there at the moment in the market, and as we all know, when it's tough, that's when opportunities arise for investors. So we'd like you to have a look at Matsa. We think we're a compelling long-term investment and will deliver some results. We've got 936,000 ounces in our gold resource. Half of it, or just over half of it, is inferred, which means the other half is either measured or indicated. It's at 2.5 grams per tonne, so it's a very good grade, and we'll come back to that. Shareholders, BNP Paribas, Deutsche Balaton, from German, small German institution that's been with us for many years, and of course there's me on the share registry there as well. That's what we like to call ourselves, a significant resource with a twist of lithium, and I'll expand on that. But what we really want to talk about for the first half of our presentation is our Lake Kerry Gold Project. I think it's a high-value project which currently has got no or very little value addressed to it. Regionally, we're surrounded by world-class mines, Anglo Gold Ashanti to the north of us with their Sunrise Dam gold mine. It's produced many millions of ounces. Further to the north, Goldfields with their Granny Smith mine. To the south of us, of course, we've got Deep South Porphyry, and also got Anglo Gold Butch as well. The claim to fame for us is not only our gold resource at a good grade, but it is a fairly unexplored or underexplored area because of the lake system that is there. Lakes no longer present problems for drilling because they're specialised lake rigs, but historically they were very difficult and expensive and probably not environmentally friendly to drill. We've got significant structures, the Fortitude structure and the Binder structure going right through our ground, and with that Binder structure is where you'll see a lot of the gold mineralisation, including to the north, as I said, Jubilee, Sunrise Dam, and further to the south. So what do we have at Lake Kerry? Well, I think you'll be surprised to know, but we've actually got 3 gold mines at Lake Kerry. Fortitude Gold Mine, which is a mine-ready gold mine. We can actually start mining there tomorrow should we choose to. The Devon Pit Gold Mine, mining applications have been lodged. All permitting applications have been lodged. This should be permitted, ready for mining early next year. And the Red October underground gold mine, which we purchased off Saracen in 2018 odd, and we've done some mining in there that's currently on care and maintenance, but that is also mine ready. We can re-enter that any time we choose. We've kept it completely dry, and it is fully accessible right down to 600 metres depth. We've got a world-class exploration project, our Fortitude North, which is situated just 6 kilometres to the north of our Fortitude gold mine. So it is all in close proximity. I'll come back to Fortitude North. We've also then got a quality pipeline of exploration projects throughout Lake Kerry, actually numbers up to 28. So as a gold project, we think it's extremely exciting. But when you consider the M&A activity around our area, what Genesis is doing with St Barbara, their takeover, the recently announced final takeover of Dacian, Silver Lake with Red 5. The area is absolutely prolific for M&A, and we ourselves are currently in talks with Anglo Gold Ashanti, who paid us $500,000 in July for an exclusivity period of 3 months, which expires on the 27th of October, and we'll see what deal we can come up with Anglo Gold. Is it either an acquisition, part acquisition, joint venture? But those talks are currently ongoing. So the Fortitude gold mine itself, which I said is mine ready, we did a trial pit, or 3 small trial pits a few years ago. There's our waste dump. So we were the first company to enter this area. This is, as I said, mine ready. The new mine will be amalgamation of these 3 small pits, and at a gold price of $2,400 Aussie, this mine will make $95 million positive free cash flow. If you put a $3,000 gold price to that, if you increase your revenue by $600 an ounce over 132,000 ounces, it becomes a significant cash flow proposition for the company. If you re-optimise the pits at $2,700 instead of the existing $2,000 optimisation, you can actually produce 206,000 ounces of gold at 1.6 grams per tonne. This becomes a very valuable mine. The Devon pit. We currently are in a joint venture with Linden Gold Alliance. The guys at Linden Gold have worked very hard and they're good guys. The JVA is currently in dispute, but we hope to resolve that in the very, very near term, and everyone hopes for a commercial, amicable resolution. But this mine currently shows $37 million as a feasibility study at a gold price of $2,650 with pit optimised at $2,000. If we were to use a higher gold price and a higher optimisation, it would be very interesting to see where this goes. As I said, this should be mine permitted early next year. Red October, as I said, currently in care and maintenance. We can re-enter it whenever we choose. There is 244,000 ounces at a massive 6.2 grams per tonne. What I want to spend a couple of moments looking at is if we do have 936,000 ounces, well, we do, at 2.5 grams per tonne, what is that worth? If we have a look at the mergers and acquisitions over the last few months within Western Australia, we can see the Pantoro deal, Catalyst, Ramelius, St Barb's. Ramelius have done 2 projects, acquired Musgrave and Breaker. So we can start to see what resource volume at what grade is of interest to acquisitive companies. And if we've got 1.6 grams per tonne, 1.8 grams per tonne, that's interesting. We've got 2.5 grams per tonne. So you can see that we're at that midpoint. You can see the size of our resource is also of interest. So what's it worth? If we have a look at those acquisitions, and these charts have been kindly given to us by Alpine Capital, probably Australia's newest capital group, formerly Wentworth and Re Capital. If we have a look at what are these worth? So the acquisition costs of ounces in ground in resource has been as high as $218 an ounce, as low as $28 an ounce for the Pantoro Tulla acquisition. We've got an average value of $88 an ounce. Now, if Matsa has 936,000 ounces, that is equivalent to $82 million value in ground if we use this average price per ounce. We've got a market cap of 16 million. What's wrong? We don't know the answer to that. But what we do know is we're significantly undervalued. We must, one day, be it tomorrow, be it next year, or whenever, one day we've got to fetch market value. That is one of the reasons we think you should have significant interest in Matsa today. Now, that $88 that I just spoke to you about does not include exploration potential. Fortitude North, I said that was a fantastic project, exploration project in my opening slides. This is a 1.7 kilometre long mineralised zone. We're getting massive hits, 25 metres at 3.3 grams. Absolutely sensational for an open pit mine. The width at our northern end is 250 metres wide. So all of a sudden, the potential of this discovery is huge. That does not come into the $82 million that I spoke about previously. We were unaware of the quality of this discovery when we were first drilling it out. we were drilling to the south, which is on the lake. It's only early this year, in March, that we realised that the size, the scope, the magnitude of discovery explodes in potential. So as soon as we finish our discussions with a potential suitor or acquisitor of Lake Kerry, we will return back to here and we will drill this out. We've been quiet for the last 12 months, but that'll change. The actual discovery area of Fortitude North to the north is of interest to us. We can start to see some of the higher grades. That's what we had in 2022. What we got in 2023 was significantly better. And what's happened to the north, we've increased the size and the volume by 63% of potentially what we have. So, Lake Kerry itself, when you have a look at the acquisitions, have a look at ounces per dollar, I think is a compelling acquisition for a larger company. And if they don't, well, we'll get back to putting it into production ourselves. It's an each-way bet. I do want to spend the last 3 minutes of my talk talking about Thailand. Thailand, to us, is a sensational new provincial discovery, in that there is one ASX company in Thailand that has got a lithium resource. It is lepidolite, it is 0.4%, and they got 10 million tonnes of it, and that is Pan Asia. They've done a fantastic job in Thailand, and they're leaders in the country. But what have we done? Well, we've acquired just over 1,700 square kilometres of ground from Kanchanaburi to the north of mid-Thailand, equivalent to Bangkok, all the way down to Phang Nga, which is 600 kilometres in strike, which is just north of Phuket. This is Myanmar here. We should put the country in there. It's a little bit confusing. So we are on the extreme western border of Thailand, bordering Myanmar, the old Burma. We've pegged ground that has got old tin mines, coincident with tourmaline, on the Western Granite Belt contact zone. And that's where we're finding lithium. We've got 5 drill-ready targets ready to go. We've got the applications in with DPIM, the Department of Mining and Primary Industries and Mining in Thailand, and we're waiting for those to get granted. We hoped to have some grants already granted to us in September. They still haven't done. With a change of government, we expect that to be a 2 to 3 month delay. So we're hoping to get in there early in the new year. I've said it before and will continue to say, lepidolite is a very valuable commodity. Australians in the Australian market are fully aware of spodumene. They're not aware of lepidolite. But the Chinese in Yangtze province only mine lepidolite, and they only process lepidolite. It is now a common processing method. It is mature, and it is of equivalent cost and equivalent environmental safety to spodumene. That's the actual process there, but in the interest of speeding, I'll jump a few slides. Our product is a potential DSO product. 1.65%, Rose Panther 2.44%. We've had this tested in the laboratories in China. We can very quickly concentrate it up to 5.91% and 4.04%. What we have in Thailand is high-grade lithium. We're just waiting for our exploration licenses to get granted, and they will. On that note, I've used my 15 minutes. I thank you for the time that you've spent in listening to me today. We're out in the booth. Please come and talk to us. Thank you very much.